I will never get tired. No one can make me tired. I march forward.
Julius Malema's chanting of "Kill the Boer" has continued to spark significant controversy and reaction both within South Africa and globally. Here's an update based on recent developments. South African political rabble-rouser Julius Malema is in the spotlight for his recent rhetorics, in which he appeared to call for killing of whites. Elon Musk has called for immediate sanctions against economic freedom. Fighters, EFF leader Julius Malema, labeling him an international criminal over past remarks and his controversial chanting of "Kill the Boer" at rallies.
This is the journey to one Africa.
In a series of posts on X, formerly Twitter, Musk directly addressed South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, asking, "Why do you allow this, Cyril Ramaphosa? This is a major political party in the South African Parliament, and their leader is calling for genocide of white people." Later, Musk escalated his position, writing, "Immediate sanctions for Malema and declaration of him as an international criminal." Musk is the world's richest man and lately embedded in the US government, where he needs the so-called Department of Government Efficiency, better known by its acronym as DOGE. The call from Musk comes at a tense moment for South Africa's government, just days after the United States froze financial assistance to the country. The White House cited concerns over South Africa's land expropriation policy and its lawsuit against Israel at the International Court of Justice. The move has drawn sharp criticism from Pretoria. South Africa's Department of International Relations and Cooperation, DIRCO, responded to the aid freeze by accusing the US of acting on misinformation and propaganda. A government statement said, "It is disappointing to observe that such narratives seem to have found favor among decision-makers in the United States." Rabble-rouser Malema has not responded directly to Musk, but has previously defended his use of struggle-era songs, arguing they are part of South Africa's history and not calls to violence. In 2023, when his "Kill the Boer" chant sparked global outrage, Malema insisted, "I will never kill white people. Why should I kill them? They have done nothing to me." EFF spokesperson Sinawo Thambo dismissed Musk's remarks, saying, "Elon Musk does not understand South African history. His comments are based on ignorance and a misinterpretation of our political discourse." The controversy over Malema's rhetoric is not new. In 2022, the South African Human Rights Commission, SEHC, ordered him to retract statements made at a Western Cape rally, where he allegedly incited violence. At the time, the SAHRC warned that his remarks could violate South Africa's anti-hate speech laws. The latest exchange underscores the growing international scrutiny on South Africa. Musk, who was born in Pretoria, has previously criticized the country's government, but rarely engaged in direct political advocacy. He has gained a lot of politics powers in the current US government, with jokes in Washington that he is the de facto Oval Office holder with President Donald Trump ruling by Musk decrees. His intervention now places further pressure on Ramaphosa's administration, which is already grappling with diplomatic fallout from the US aid suspension, while the South African government has yet to comment on Musk's demand for sanctions. The EFF remains defiant. "We are not moved by the opinions of billionaires sitting in their mansions abroad," Thambo said. "The struggle of South Africans will not be dictated by Elon, Musk, or any foreign interest." As tensions mount, analysts warn that South Africa's diplomatic and economic relationships with Western nations could come under increasing strain. Whether Musk's call for sanctions gains traction remains to be seen, but the debate over Malema's rhetoric and the broader political landscape in South Africa continues to draw global attention. Malema's use of the chant was notably prominent during events like the EFF's 10th anniversary celebration in 2023, and more recently in 2024 at various gatherings. This has led to repeated legal challenges. AfriForum, an Afrikaner civil rights organization, has been actively involved in court cases against Malema, seeking to classify the chant as hate speech. However, South African courts including the Equality Court and the Supreme Court of Appeal, have ruled that the chant does not constitute hate speech, interpreting it within the context of its historical use in the anti-apartheid struggle rather than as a literal call to violence, political and public reaction. Within South Africa, the chant elicits a range of responses. Critics argue it incites racial hatred and violence against white farmers, Boers, while supporters, including Malema, maintain that it's a symbolic expression of resistance against oppression, not a direct call for violence. Figures like former President Thabo Mbeki have criticized the chant, questioning its relevance in contemporary South Africa. Recent incidents, there have been reports of increased farm attacks following Malema's chants, with some media outlets and social media posts suggesting a direct link, although conclusive evidence directly attributing these attacks to the chant is lacking. Elon Musk's involvement. In 2023, South African-born billionaire Elon Musk publicly condemned Malema's chants, accusing him of promoting genocide against white people in South Africa. His comments on X, formerly Twitter, drew significant attention, leading to debates about freedom of speech versus hate speech. International media and NGOs. The chant has been covered by international media, often highlighting the racial tensions in South Africa. The Anti-Defamation League, ADL, responded to Musk's prodding by suggesting that while the chant historically had a different context, its use could be seen as a call for violence in modern settings. Political outcry. The Democratic Alliance, DA, in South Africa, and some international figures have called for action against Malema, including complaints to international bodies like the United Nations Human Rights Council. As of February 2025, the chant remains a flashpoint in South African politics, with ongoing debates about its implications for racial harmony and freedom of expression. The international attention has somewhat waned since its peak in 2023, but the issue resurfaces with each public use by Malema or his supporters. The discourse around this chant reflects broader discussions on race, reconciliation, and the legacy of apartheid in South Africa, with no clear resolution in sight, as interpretations vary widely between different groups and individuals.
Court decision that must be respected. Those who have appealed it, they must go and fight it in court. We won, and we shall sing this song in line with the court decision. The Court of South Africa, an independent court, has made a declaration on this matter and is closed. This is sponsored Outrage by Helen Zille. You know, black people, there are some black, clever blacks who are told by Helen Zille to get angry. Yo, Helen is angry, now we must be angry also. I don't even want to talk about that illiterate John Steenhuisen. If Helen was opposed to this for real, why didn't Helen join the case? Why didn't the DA join the case when I was taken to Equality Court? Why didn't the Freedom Front join the case if they are genuine? So I'm not going to over-explain myself.
I will never get tired. No one can make me tired. I march forward to the victory of our people. The revolution in South Africa is guaranteed that under the EFF, this country will be the better. Stand up, South Africa. Make sure that South Africa, you are counted with me. Rise, South Africa. Stand and make sure that our people understand that they need to be counted. You must be counted. You must be part of history. You must make sure that you are one of the people who are going to deliver economic freedom in our lifetime. Freedom in our lifetime. Amanda!